Hello, Father Matthew here. Hope you're all okay. It's another nice day, but it's another Sunday when we can't gather together for worship. And I hope that, like me, you're looking forward to coming back together to worship, because worship really is, or should be, at the heart of everything that we do. And of course, the Sunday celebration of the Eucharist is really at the heart of all the worship that we do. And so I hope we're all looking forward to coming back together in due course, however long that may be from now. I don't want them to lift the lockdown too quickly, because there is always that danger of the second wave or whatever else, and then we'll have to start all over again. I'd rather do this for the next few months and then come back safely than just sort of come back in a couple of weeks and have to do it all again. But there we are. I have to be honest that apart from seeing my daughter again, being able to worship together, and being able to go for a quiet pint in the pub, I'm going to be honest. I'm quite dreading the end of lockdown, because for me it's been a lovely time so far of being able to think and reflect and, as I keep saying, tidy things up and of course doing all the music and things that I've been doing. Part of me's dreading sort of going back and losing this sense of peace and everything else. But of course, I know that for many people this is an incredibly difficult period, and not everybody is as comfortable with being on their own as I am. But yeah, so I must admit that I have rather mixed feelings. Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter and the other things I've mentioned. But yeah, but I do have some good news. I found my pen, my nice pen I like to write with. I found it in a place I'd looked 100 times. What had happened, I think, is it had fallen off the back of my desk here, and I think it must have got caught in the middle of the radiator. And I looked down there with a torch and everything, but couldn't see it. But it must have been there, and it must have fallen out. And I found it just under my desk here on the floor. So I found that. But it was amazing, really, because you know, for 2 or 3 days I was kind of trying to think of places it could be, and searching here and searching there, and yet then at the right time I found it. And I think there's something in our in our faith and in our lives that's like that. Sometimes we search and search and search and seem not to be getting anywhere, but then all of a sudden things fall into place. And I always remember when I was about 12 years old, not long after I was confirmed, I was given a Bible, as many people are when they're confirmed. And I went through a phase of reading the Sermon on the Mount every day. That's Matthew chapter 5 to the end of chapter 7. I read it almost every day. And I always got confused in the section where Jesus tells us at the beginning of chapter 7, do not judge lest you be judged. And I thought, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then it was all this stuff about a speck of dust in a plank, and I thought, what on earth is he going on about? How can you look at the speck of dust in your brother's eye when you have a plank in your own? And for ages I sat there thinking about it and think, well, what does it mean? And then I sort of partly remember the day when it all sort of fell into place, and I thought, yeah, I get it now. And there are lots of things like that fall into place. And I suppose, obviously it's good when they fall into place, but I suppose it raises the question of what do we do in that meantime while we're still searching and trying to understand. And I suppose the only thing to say really is that sometimes we just have to keep going. Keep going, trusting that one day things will all fall into place. Because, of course, none of us have all the answers. None of us are perfect. None of us are kind of, how can I put it, I suppose how we should be. We all have things that we battle with, struggle with, and find difficult. But we keep going, and one day they all fall into place. So look after yourselves and each other, and may God bless you. Bye for now.